Hey guys, and welcome back to the Heroes Global Circuit. This is the Philippines Finals happening right now. We are going into game number 2 in this first best of 3 series in the winners bracket between Renovatio 1 and Renovatio 2, also known as the Resistance. So Renovatio 1 took the first game, and they will be able to get a foot into the doors of qualifying for C Regionals next week. So will they be able to secure the win here? If they win this game, they definitely will be able to. I believe the draft has already been started, so let's jump straight into the draft here. It is going to be Battlefield of Eternity. So looking at the draft right now, as you see Renovatio on the blue side, Kiltas and Sonya being banned out, which is interesting. They have been picking up the Sonya quite a bit. So this time around they actually decide to ban out the Sonya, which is interesting, as well as the Kiltas, two of the heroes that we saw them use in the previous few matchups here. The Resistance instead banning out the Zeratul as well as the Greymane. I think that's fine. Zeratul can be a really annoying hero, especially on a map like Battlefield of Eternity when there's only 2 lanes. You're basically just rotating and it's all about clashing. Zeratul can be a really annoying hero to deal with. Falstad, Leeming, ETC, and Tyrande so far the picks for the Resistance. Waiting for their final pick here. They have their frontline tank. They have their 2 DPS in the form of Leeming and that Falstad as well. They have a decent support in Tyrande, but I do expect them to go with another support here and maybe go Tyrande DPS. They could actually go for the Rhaegar here. That would be a pretty decent pick, or maybe even a Diablo. So it's either they go for a Diablo or maybe like a Rhaegar to finish this off. I think that would be a pretty decent lineup for them, but final choice is of course going to be theirs. Let's wait and see what they actually pick. Over on Renovatio though, we do have Troll, Muradin, Tychus, and Uta. Again, we're going to see the Tychus, so it seems like Filipinos really love the Tychus. We have not seen that at all here in Malaysia and the Singapore qualifiers. Until now, only we see a lot of these Tychus picks. Sylvanas being the final pick, I guess that's fine as well. The only problem I have is with Tyrande being the sole support. She doesn't really have a huge amount of heals, not until at least level 10, and even then the Shadow Stock, it takes time for the heals to go up. So that's my only concern here for the Resistance, is they don't really have enough heals for their team. And that could cause some trouble, considering Renovatio has quite a strong front line right now. Troll, Muradin, and that Tychus dishing out the amount of damage, and now with the Zagara as well, with the Hydra that's just constantly poking away at you. It's going to be pretty tough for the Resistance, I think, here, to be honest, because I think with Uther is definitely a lot stronger in terms of the healing. Muradin and Troll in the front lines, it's going to be quite tough for the Resistance to keep up with the healing, especially with a solo Tyrande. Overall, I think I like Renovatio's lineup a little bit better. We saw what the Tychus could do in the previous game, with his grenades and with his dashes, able to get into the backlines and deal a significant amount of damage onto his opponents. They do have the Troll and Muradin as well for the front lines. Troll, of course, with the Chain Lightnings and along with the rest of his skills, he's able to just powered through and dish out all that damage. Zagara, we've talked about him on this map time and time again, and I'm surprised he's actually a last pick instead of one of the first few being picked up. His push potential on this map is just crazy. He's able to take down lanes pretty fast with the creep tumors as well, just giving him so much vision for his team. He's gonna have a huge advantage here on this map. So overall, I'm liking Renovatio's lineup for sure. They do seem like they have a slightly more solid lineup, whereas the Resistance, they do have Falstad and Leeming to provide that DPS, and they do have a Sylvanas as well, which does dish out quite a bit of damage with the recent changes to him. Tyrande is also a aggression support kind of thing. So we did see the Resistance play earlier on against Corpse Camping, where they had a really full 5-man aggressive lineup, and this lineup kind of says the same thing. They do have the triple DPS classes along with the Sylvanas. I'm classifying the Sylvanas here as a slight DPS. They do have the Tyrande as well, which is pretty crazy because he is an aggressive support, but in itself, and then they also have the ETC for the front line. So they do have a lot of aggression here, the Resistance, but I feel like Renovatio still has a slightly better draft here, and just with the experience that they have and the way they've been playing, I think Renovatio definitely has this here in this Battlefield of Eternity. But I'm also hoping that the Resistance definitely comes back from this, because Of course, this is a best of 3, and you definitely don't want to go down into the losers bracket. You want to go into the winners bracket with the advantage, because the winners bracket is going to be a first best of 3 series and then a best of 1. So if you're coming from the losers bracket, you have to win both series to win it all. Whereas if you're coming from the winners bracket, you just have to win the first best of 3 series. So it's a bit of an advantage. That's the advantage you get from coming in from the winners bracket for sure. Right now, I believe we're just waiting for the teams to join up. I do see some of the players disconnecting from the lobby, so not too sure what's actually going on. Hopefully we will be able to see them join up in the game. But if you're just tuning in, this is the Heroes of the Storm Global Circuit. This is the summer circuit happening right now. This is the Philippines final. Renovatio going up against the Resistance, also known as Renovatio 2. These two teams are probably the top 2 teams of the Philippines side right now. We're trying to narrow it down to our top 2 teams to... Well, one of these teams here are going to represent Singapore in the regionals happening next week. It's just a matter of who. Renovatio right now 1 ahead, and Resistance, of course, they are behind, but they're definitely not out just yet. They still have a second life after this. I believe there is another game going on somewhere between Skyline as well as Corpse Camping. And the loser of this match, they are awaiting the loser of this matchup here in this game. So tomorrow we will have the Thailand finals as well, guys. So 11 a.m. Singapore time. That's GMT plus 8. Make sure you guys tune in. I believe that's about 10 p.m. PDT, if I'm not mistaken. But make sure you guys tune in for the Thai finals happening tomorrow, as we try to find our Thai representatives after we find the Philippine representatives today. And the C regionals will be happening next Saturday and Sunday. So bookmark your calendars, guys. Next Saturday and Sunday, make yourself available, as the C regionals will be happening. So right now, I think we're just still waiting for the teams to ready up. I think everyone is ready up. We can go soon, I believe, and the game will be started soon. Will the Resistance be able to come back into this game? We'll just have to wait and see. The map is, of course, going to be Battlefield of Eternity, guys. So make sure you guys stay tuned. I'm just going to do a quick few shout outs to our sponsors right now. Our Razer, our official peripheral sponsor. Make sure you guys check out some of their gear. Head over to their page, their website, and check out some of their gear, as well as XSplit. As you can see, you know, the technology is available right now. XSplit, our official streaming partner, we want to thank them. Without them, we wouldn't be able to bring this live broadcast to you guys, and I wouldn't be able to be in the Nexus right now, as you can see from the back. So I'm in the Nexus, guys. I'm floating around the Nexus. So thank you again, XSplit. And also make sure to tune in to your Twitter accounts. Go on to your Twitter accounts and tweet at us. HGCSEA, guys. HGCSEA. Tweet at us, and we will, your tweet might be featured onto our live stream as we go on. So the game has started. We're going into the game right now. Blue side, we are gonna have Team Renovatio. Jumpy Lion on the Troll. Stronger gonna be on his staple Uther. His Goa gonna be on his Tigers yet again. VYY gonna be on the Zagara, and Harhar is going to be playing his Muradin. Over on the red team, we'll have the Resistance, who are 1 down right now. Shottiness gonna be playing the Falstad. 4 gonna be on the Tiranda. Azurai gonna be on the Sylvanas, I believe. Misery Pro X is gonna be on the... Who's that? Sorry, that's the Tiranda. My apologies there. I got a bit confused. Wait, no, wait, what? They all look the same. My goodness, there's the skins. Anyway, Milos Poro is gonna be on the ETC, and I can tell the difference between those the skins between those two. Sorry, my brain got stuck there for a while, between the skins of those two. But it is going to be 4 actually on the Tiranda, and Azura is going to be on the Sylvanas. My apologies there. Jade Li Ming on the Misery Pro X at the side there, dishing out quite a bit of damage as well. Zagara coming from the side. There's going to be 4 heroes at the bottom. Top lane is going to be against Troll, against Falstad. Pretty standard. It's usually always Troll against Falstad. At the solo lane, of course. We're approaching the 1.5 minute mark. The first Immortal should be spawning pretty soon. Both teams just trying to get an edge before that. The first Immortal, as I always mention, is not that important in terms of objectives, but it's always the clash that happens at it. Stronger though, he's going to get stunned out here and get taken down. Milos Poro dropping really low himself. Will they be able to keep him alive? The Tirande successfully is able to keep him alive, and Harhar will have to back off here. Misery Pro X dropping really low as well. Arcane Orb not going to connect up to anyone. So is the Tyranda's stun. and the blue side will be able to back off. So they will get that 1 kill. Magic Missile going to spot out Har there thanks to the Creep Tumor there, along with Tyrande's Owl. Top lane, it does seem like Falstad is having a bit of a hard time against that Troll. Rightfully so, of course, Troll being able to sustain in the lane really well, along with the Chain Lightning for the harassment. So the first set of Immortals are going to spawn out. Again, you know, as I've mentioned before, the first Immortal in terms of objective isn't that important. It doesn't really do much. But what happens at the clash is what sets the tone for the rest of the game. Here we see Mystery Pro X blinking out there for taking quite a bit of damage. So Tychus at the side, shooting down that Falstar. The rest of the resistance has to back off here, but they want to turn things around. They're going back in now. Arcane Arm going to connect onto that Har as well as that Troll. Muradin now running for his life here. Not going to get hit by that Falstad, of course, though. As the resistance now just sets their sights on the Immortal. I do believe the rest of the blue side, Renovatio, are making their way towards the top as well to try and get the shield down as much as they can. I don't think they can beat them out in DPS for now. They do have a Tychus for the auto attacks and the shots. But it does look like they want to go in for the defense here. They will be able to take down the Falstad in quick succession, and he dies. So really well placed there, as the burst damage coming out from the blue side just focused him down, and he dropped here. They do have the Tychus now to try and focus him down. They don't have the Falstad for the sustained damage on their own Immortal. Not too sure if they will actually be able to beat them out in terms of DPS. They did have a slight head start here. It does look like the resistance will be able to get theirs, but they do bring the shield down pretty low. So that's going to be fine. So the first Immortal is going to go in the Resistance's way. But as I mentioned, you know, the first Immortal really doesn't do much. It does look like it's heading towards the top lane, as ETC and Sylvanas along with Tyrande is making themselves up towards that area. Liming at the bottom lane going up against the Muradin. Muradin is just trying to get some EXP with the Soak. So we are going to see the Immortal heading up towards that top here. Don't expect it to do much aside from taking down these outer towers. That's about it. Here we see Mimi's Poro joining in with the rest of his team as well. Finally, the towers are going to go down. It does look like they want to go for the forts though. If they are successful in getting this fort, then objective will be secured. Then this Immortal will have done pretty much quite a lot of damage. Here comes the power slide in on Stronger. It does look like right now they are going to be able to get down this outer fort. I think they will actually be able to do so. So I have to bite my tongue here because they do actually get the objective. Blue team not able to defend against it. So that's going to pull team resistance ahead by 1 level right now. It does look like they are heading their way towards that creep camp as well. Muradin knows exactly what's going on. He moves himself out. The problem is he shows himself and he reveals that he knows what they're doing. Owl is going to scout him out as well. The rest of the blue side is going to be in the area. Bottom lane Troll still going up against that Li Ming. But Li Ming does look like she wants to make her way towards that top lane. They want to look like they want to clash for this camp here. The blue side though, they are still in the fray of things. ETC gonna get spotted out here. He's gonna get a Stormbolt to the face along with the Thunderclap. Uses the power slide to get away, and he should be fine. The blue side now, they set their sights on the camp. They don't want to give it away. Baneling's gonna be thrown down here by Zagara, but that's gonna be it as the red side instead goes in and tries to take out this camp. I think they should be able to get it uncontested this time around. Not too sure why the blue team didn't want to go for it this time. They will back off into their lanes, in fact. Troll at the bottom. Falstad makes his way towards the bottom again. It is going to be the Troll versus Falstad and the solo lane yet again. So next Immortal should be spawning really soon. Blue side again just content with picking up on the neutral camps a bit for now. Troll at the bottom could be in some trouble, but he should be able to back off. He does get stunned there, but he will be able to tap and get some heal up. And he should be fine. The blue side, they will be able to pick up this siege camp for themselves. Immortals are about to start spawning now. So it's up to the blue team and the red team to now converge in on where they want to take the next clash. Red side, they are going to pick up on the siege camp at the bottom themselves as well to try and push out this bottom lane. Or the rest of the team goes for that Immortal. I think the blue team will get a slight head start here. And with the Tychus just auto-attacking down the DPS, as you can see, it's a huge amount of DPS gap difference between these two teams just because of the Tychus. So Renovatio right now level 7. They are one level behind, but that's just slight damage boost for team the Resistance. They are equal on talent here. So it does look like the Resistance wants to defend this. Milos Poro is still waiting there in the background. Misery Pro X has to be careful though. Goes up front to try and get a magic missile off, but the blue side is in position to maybe set something up. Thunderclap going to be used as well. Blink going to be thrown out. Muradin though gonna miss his Stormbolt, and that could have been an easy kill onto that Li Ming, but unfortunate for him, misses the Stormbolt. Will not be able to get it there. It does look like both teams are just defending it for right now. Farhar now taking quite a bit of damage. The Dwarf tosses away into Milos Poro, who power slides into the Hiskoa. Troll gonna take some damage as well and finally falls down. Azura dropping really low, but the Resistance are doing a really good job in holding their ground. Down goes the Uther as well. And they will lose 2 here, Renovatio. It does look like they want to go for this Immortal though. It is dropping really low, and Tychus is trying to do as much work as he can. He's shooting it down, and finally they will get the Immortal. And that's going to help them a little bit. At least they will be able to get the Immortal and prevent the red side from getting it. But he will pay for it with his life. Tychus falling as well, so it's going to be a full level advantage right now in favor of the Resistance. So it does look like so far they are winning this. The Immortal is spawning out with about half a 60% shield as well. But I think it's not going to be able to do much because considering the rest of the blue side is not there to push along with it. The red team should be able to deal with this pretty easily as well, as they do look to just take it down right now. They are hitting it down. The rest of the blues are lane to probably push down these towers and possibly get the fort. Falstad is there as well. Troll is going to go in with a couple of auto attacks on the towers, taking quite a bit of damage himself. Uther is there to keep him popped up. But he should be fine. Muradin though, he has to be careful. Muradin, he's gonna run into the red side here. He gets dismounted by the Li Ming, stunned in Stormbolt onto ETC. He should be fine here. No power slide just yet as the rest of his team tries to get into position, readying for the fight. But I think that's gonna be all. It's not the red team will not be able to get the jump off onto that Muradin. So the Resistance now just moving there and setting their sights down onto the bottom lane, trying to get this. Shadow Stalk now going to be used. Will they try and set something up here? At the side, we do see ETC. They do have the level 10s available. Shadow Stalk actually not going to do anything. So a bit of a preemptive Shadow Stalk there. Not too sure for what reason, but Zagara at the top lane, we're going to see Falstad make his way there to try and stop this out. Zagara himself instead is going to mount up and maybe hit towards the bottom lane, not just yet. Blue side, Renovatio are going to get the level 10. So taking a quick look at those talents, we will see Odin being picked up by that Tychus. Avatar on the Muradin. We're going to see Maul on the Zagara. Sundering going to be picked up by that Troll. Divine Shield going to be picked up by that Uther. So nothing out of the ordinary. This time around, Tychus going for the Odin instead of his laser. Over on the red side though, the Resistance, we do see Shadow Stalk being picked up by Tyrande for the boost of heal. Mighty Guy's going to be picked up by Falstad as well for both engagement and disengagement. We're going to see ETC picking up the Mosh Pit as usual. Arrow going to be up on Sylvanas for the Silence, along with Disintegrate being picked up by Li Ming. So he does look like he is going for the teleport build, so Disintegrate is definitely fine here, as Milos Poro could be taking quite a bit of damage there. He's going to have to tap on the well, and with the heals from Tyrande, he should be fine there. But this is a problem when you have a solo Tyrande heal. It doesn't really bring you back up to full HP quickly. That's a problem. Next set of Immortals are going to spawn right now. It does look like this is where the next clash is about to happen. The red team does look like they want to defend this. They do have the Li Ming at the bottom though, but I think they're going to lose in DPS for sure, you know, against a Tychus. As they will be able to get actually pretty neck and neck. It's only a difference of about 200 HP right now. So the position of these next Immortals is going to play a huge role, as we do see them just basically swap sides here. Muradin, he could be in some trouble. Avatar going to be used here. Here comes the Uther to try and maybe keep him alive. Disintegrate going to be thrown out. ETC going to catch one only in the mosh pit, and he gets cleansed out of there as well. So ETC a bit of a wasted opportunity there with his mosh pit. No one dying just yet though. Odin's going to be used, and look at the amount of damage being dished out to that Li Ming, and he's forced to back off. And that's going to allow the blue side to get to that Immortal and probably take this down. Renovatio are going to be able to secure themselves this Immortal. No doubt about it. The red team just going to try and deal with the shield a little bit to bring it down. But Renovatio again will yet once again get their Immortal, and it's going towards the top lane. This time around, I want to see them actually push with it, because so far they didn't really do too much with the first one. It does look like they're making their way towards the top lane. ETC, man, he has to be careful here. Har, he's going to spot him. Dwarf toss in onto with the Thunderclap. Not going to connect onto Sylvanas though, and he will be able to get away. ETC with the power slide just to save him, and they are now pushing with the Immortal. They should be able to get this fort down pretty easily, I think, with the help of Immortal. Disintegrate going to be used, but not doing much damage there. Misery Pool actively use the Magic Missile trying to stop this. Sundering going to be thrown out, separating ETC from the rest of his team. Shadow Stalk going to be thrown out for the heals as well, so ETC should be fine for now, but the fort is finally going to fall, and still 80% left on the HP of that Immortal. They could easily go for these towers as well. Renovatio knows exactly what they're trying to do. They're only slightly behind on EXP, though level 13 is going to be picked up by Team the Resistance, and that's going to give them a slight EXP advantage. Bottom lane, we do see a Dwarf toss in, trying to engage in onto this false start. No Stormbolt to follow up though, as he is able to barrel back to safety. Now they set their sights on the bottom lanes as they try to get themselves to that level 13 mark, to get themselves the level on talents. They do back off into the siege camps to get themselves up a few camps before pushing on. But this game is pretty close so far. Level 13 to level 12, only a slight advantage for, I mean about 1 level advantage for the Resistance, but we have seen Renovatio winning in the last few clashes here. Power Slide in onto Muradin, who's taking quite a bit of damage. Will be able to Dwarf toss himself away to safety though. Uther is there to keep him alive as well. He's probably going to tap here to keep his HP up. No, not just yet, I guess. False start at the top lane, so this is probably the best time to initiate. They are trying to get the level 13, however. They definitely don't want to fight without the level 13. Finally, they're going to reach the level 13 and get their talents. And that's going to put them on the same talent tiers here as the red side. They have to be careful. Muradin coming from the side, maybe trying to set something up here. Will he go in with the Dwarf Toss? Here comes Muradin, ETC with the Power Slide in with the Marsh Pit as well, connecting only on the Uther, but he's going to get blown back by the grenade, instantly cancelling it out. Here comes the Sundering as well, separating both the ETC from his teammate. 4 could be in some trouble himself. Tyrande dropping really, really low. Here comes the Foul Start though. Mighty Guy's going to be used, but it's not going to be enough. Divine Shield popped up on Troll, but Troll is going to burst down the resets on the Li Ming. They have to be careful. Tyker's now going to be able to burst down too. He takes down both the ETC and the Foul Start. Now Li Ming having to run for his life with only the Sylvanas left. Magic Missile not going to connect. The resets looked like it was going to play a huge role there. But unfortunately for them, they were only able to take down both the Troll and the Muradin. So a nice 3-kill take for Renovatio, pulling themselves back in ahead. Not ahead, but back up in terms of that EXP gap. They are only slightly behind right now after getting those 3 kills. Li Ming though, he has to be careful. Here's Tychus along with the Zagara and Uther coming in from the side. Trying to set something up here. They do have the Tychus for the auto attack damage. Look at that. It's just going to stand there and shoot at it, and he's going to be fine. Magic Missile and Arcane Orb trying to be used to force them back a little bit, but both teams now, they're going to respawn up here. And they are going to push themselves and make their way towards this next battlefield. Ironic how it's called Battlefield of Eternity, but it does look like this is where the next clash is going to take place. Har coming in from the side here. ETC just trying to cancel out the equipped tumor. He's going to Power Slide away. Stormbolt is not going to connect, and that could have been really big danger for him if he had died there. Li Ming now at the bottom, just clearing out the creep waves. He has to be careful himself. Dwarf Toss in right now. No Avatar just being used. Sundering going to be used onto the Tyrande. He's caught in a really sticky situation. He's probably not going to survive this as he finally falls. Stun in as Li Ming comes in from the background. Mighty Guy's going to be used to try to keep him alive. Odin going to be used as well to drop him. Mosh Pit going to be thrown out there by ETC, but instantly cancels it because of the Mighty Gus. Just really unfortunate that it did not connect onto anyone. Here comes the Arcane or Magic Missile as well, doing damage onto Troll. Divine Shield going to be used up, but a bit of maybe miscommunication as he backs off instead of goes in. Divine Shield was thrown up on him. Here comes the Power Slide in along with the pushback. Mosh Pit still available though as he had a short cooldown. Zagara taking quite a bit of damage. Nice Mosh Pit there, catching onto 2, but the Maw is actually going to push out that Troll. But everyone's dropping really low. Here comes the Muradin jumping in, getting off 2 kills on the Sylvanas as well as the Li Ming, who dropped really low. ETC down to a brink of health, will have to back off along with the Foul Start. Only Tyrande now up. Responding back up there for his team. But that's why Renovatio again having a strong chokehold on this game. They will be able to take down the Immortal, close to a full shield Immortal. We do have a replay, so let's take a look at what happened there in that clash. As you can see here, VYY was dropping really low, but look at that Maw that it was used to save him, save himself. Milos Poro got a nice Mosh Pit out, connecting onto 2, but just not enough damage. Here comes the Dwarf Toss going in and finishing off both the Li Ming as well as the Sylvanas. ETC dropping 2 low along with the Foul Start, just unable to stay in the fight, and they had to back off. So really unfortunate there for the red side as they dropped there. The Mosh Pit was well placed, but the Maw saved him. So the Maw pushed the Troll out, and that kept them alive. And the rest of the red side were just a little bit too low and came a little bit too late and just couldn't deal with it. Now almost a full shield Immortal pushing down the bottom as Renovatio looks to aim a push with it. Here comes the Sundering though, going to connect on one only. Wave away by Azura, he should be fine there. Stuns out onto Jumpy Lion, Troll taking quite a bit of damage. He's going to have to back off for now, but the Immortal's still knocking on the door. Taking down the bottom fort here. They both are level 16 now, both teams, so they should be fine. Odin finally going to be used here to push along with the Immortal, and he's going to dish out quite a bit of damage in fact. Muradin's still just waiting at the side for now, as the Immortal breaking down those towers here. The route in onto Milo's portal, he could have easily been taken down there. Unfortunately for him, his Shadow Stalk was used and he would be able to power slide away. The blue side, Renovatio, they do not want to overcommit to this, and they will be content with taking down the fort along with the towers, extending their EXP advantage for now. But right now, they have been winning the last few clashes, only barely though. They've gotten a couple of kills here and there. They are able to win those clashes, but with only 1 or 2 kills, so it should be fine. Here comes the stun though onto Li Ming, a bit out of position there. Li Ming, my friend, you just basically cost your team that clash. Now they are going to have to back off here, and this is going to give free opening for the blue side to get this bottom siege camp. Whether or not they want to push with it, that is the question now. They have 30 seconds of respawn timer on the Li Ming right now, so maybe they might want to actually push in onto this. We do see Muradin though in a sticky situation, will be able to dwarf toss himself back to safety though. Mighty Gus maybe, I don't know. Nope, he is actually going to barrel away instead, and that's going to be it. So both teams now, I guess, just retreating off a little bit and converging on each other. Blue side again just getting off a few more siege camps to try and further extend their lead a little bit. The red side has to go to the bottom, try and deal with it. Not too sure if the blue team will actually push along with this, or will they wait for the next Immortal to spawn? That is the question. We do see Muradin up in the front lines though. He will spot out the Li Ming, but instead decides to back off, knowing that his backup is pretty far away. And the rest of the red team is making their way towards that area. Troll though. Ooh, Troll could be in some trouble here. He finds himself in a situation. Power slide in onto him, but here comes the root and the stun. Sundering going to be used as well onto ETC. He could be in some trouble himself. Shadow's not going to be used, but it's not going to be enough. And down goes the ETC. The blue side getting a nice pick off here. ETC dropping really low, and the camp as well going to go in their favor. This is not looking too good for the resistance. They just seem to be getting caught off one by one, and they're not sticking as a team right now. Immortals are gonna spawn out here, and the rest of the team. Oh, here comes the dwarf toss in. Li Ming could be in some trouble. Mighty Guy's gonna be used to disengage, but Taika's coming in from the side, not gonna be able to get off any damage though. Misery Pro X is gonna use the disintegrate, and that's just gonna be it. Here comes the blue side as they head towards the Immortal. If they can get off a full shield Immortal here, this is gonna be pretty crazy for them, and I think it's gonna be GG. So I do expect the red team to try and contest this for sure, but without the ETC right now, it definitely is going to be really, really tough for them. It does look like they are coming in from the side though. Muradin is setting himself up here for a kill. Magic Missile is going to be used to spot him out along with the Arcane Orb actually not going to connect. More Magic Missiles being used, and the red Immortal is going to spawn on the red team side, and this is actually a really bad situation for them, for the fact that they can't bring down the shield on their own, like the opponent's Immortal right now. So the blue side, they're just going to back off for now, get some EXP, get some HP up to respawn, to regen it up a little bit, and then go in and try to finish off this Immortal. It does look the red team is just rotating towards the top lane though. Not too sure what they're trying to do. Blue side is in fact going to retreat back and get up their siege camp before they actually take down this Immortal, and it does look like it's going to be a full shield Immortal. I don't think the red team can do anything about it. They're just going to poke away at this slowly, and they can't afford to make any mistakes as well themselves. So red side are just sticking around with their Immortal. Zagara is going to the top lane to push it down a little bit to try and push out the lane. He should be fine there. But middle lane, that's where everything is. Misery Pro X actually teleporting into the Muradin. Had to be really careful, as now they will be able to start doing a little bit of DPS towards their opponent's Immortal. ETC though could be some trouble. Face mail going to be used. Power slide in onto Muradin as well. The rest of the red side is going to back off as Falstad isn't there. Shadow Stalk finally going to be used. Sundering going to connect on 2. ETC going to get bursted down there. It's Azura is forced to back off. Shadow Stalk finally going to be used up to try and heal them up a little bit, but that's what the blue side will be able to take down the Immortal pretty soon. Muradin just wants to force Li Ming to back off a little bit, and it is going to be a 75% shielded Immortal. More now going to connect on one. Will they get the kill off Tyrande? If they do, this is probably going to be GG here. They will in fact be able to barrel roll in by the Falstad onto the Zagara, but the Divine Shield will keep him alive, and down he goes though with the Troll Chain Lightning. Takes down Falstad as well. It is going to be a 3-hero wipe along with an 80% shielded Immortal. This is not looking good at all for the Resistance. I'm pretty sure this is pretty much GG with the Immortal now pushing down the top lane. We do have the replay available of the previous fight. Let's check out what happened there. As we see, you can see ETC got the power slide in, but he just got stunned and bursted down. There's nothing at all he could do. Shadowstalk was used, Sundering was used as well in a really good position, and he got taken down. And the moment they lost the ETC, there was nothing much they can do about it. The Shadowstalk kept them alive for a few seconds, but that was it. As they tried to go in for the kill at the side, you can see Har going in onto that Li Ming. It just was a bit unfortunate for them that they couldn't finish off the kills, and you know, it was just a more frail place connecting onto Tyran there with the Banelings, not able to survive that. Down he goes. Falstad going in for the kill onto the Zagara, just overextend a little bit too much, and the chain lightning killed him off. So nice tree hero pick off, and back into real time. We do see ETC getting taken down early in the middle. Falstad gonna fall at the top as well, as the keep is gonna drop here. It does look like the blue team is just gonna push in, and the core should be going down. I don't think they're gonna be able to survive this. Down goes the Tyrande as well. It is probably gonna be a 2-0 for Renovatio. I expect the GGs to be called really soon. They definitely can't stop this push here. And Renovatio again not dropping any games so far. It is gonna be GG to them as they will qualify for C Regionals. They will go into the grand finals for the Philippines finals today. What a game, man. Renovatio just again proving why they are so strong. The Resistance did have a good early game. They were able to keep up early on, and they did have a glimpse of few magical moments for themselves, but Renovatio just proved to be, to be too experienced. They executed it really well, and then they took it down with the Tychus and with the positioning and whatnot, and they were able to push it down with one Immortal push. And ETC just a bit unlucky in that last clash to get caught off yet again, and that led to the downfall. You know, one hero by one hero dropping. Falstad tried to finish off the Zagara. Divine Shield was well placed by them, and just a bit unfortunate for them. But Renovatio will get a 2-0 victory. I will need to check who won in the lower bracket game between Skyline and Skyline. So Skyline won in the game against Corpse Camping, which is interesting. So Skyline is going to be facing up against team the Resistance in the lower bracket final for the other slot in the C Regionals, and then we will have our grand finals where they will be playing for prize money and first and second seeding. But again, congratulations to Renovatio. They will be the first team to qualify for C Regionals happening next week. Guys, you guys are tuning in to the Heroes of Global Summer Circuit. This is the Philippines finals happening right now. We're going to go for a short break as we prepare for the next game. Make sure you guys stay tuned because we will be right back. Use as well, Troll dropping really low. Sundering finally going to be thrown out here, connecting on tree. Penguin going to pay for it with his life with no sanctification used in the nick of time. Zoo going to follow down as well, as the Resistance, they are fighting bad. Come on, Skyline, you guys need to get out of there alive. Makishi is not going to survive.